Most phones these days are really expensive. For that price, you do get quite a lot, but if you can't afford it or you just don't want to spend that much, the other options really weren't all that great. But now there's this, the Alcatel OneTouch Idol 3, a phone that performs exceptionally well and only costs $250. Hey, what's up guys, Matt here with my review of the Alcatel Idol 3. This phone isn't flashy and doesn't have super crazy specs, but in the time I've had with it, it has truly impressed me. The phone is made of plastic, which means it's lightweight, but at the same time, it still feels pretty sturdy. It doesn't creak or feel flimsy, it's solidly built. On the front is the 5.5-inch LCD 1080p display, and the screen is pretty great. It gets really bright, brighter than most phones I've used, and the color representation is pretty good. It's on the cooler side of things, but still very nice. Also, the viewing angles are great. Compared to other phones of this size, the viewing angles seem to be even better. On the sides of the phone is the lock button and volume rocker. This is one part of the phone that I really didn't like. The lock button placement is way too high, it's hard to hit without having to jimmy your hand up the phone, but luckily there is the double tap to unlock feature here, so even though this placement is really bad, it doesn't really ruin the experience. On the front of the phone, there's also two front-facing JBL speakers. These sound pretty good. They're loud and have good dynamic range, especially for a phone. They aren't the best I've heard from a phone, but definitely top 5. On the back is a 13 megapixel camera. It's okay. This is one area where you can tell that you only paid $250 for this phone, but even then it's still pretty good. When you can get the picture to come out the way you want, it looks good, but you can't always get the shot you want every single time. That being said, it still does look a lot better than some other high-end phones. Yeah. On the video side, it shoots 1080p, and again, like with the stills, it's okay, but just not great. On the inside, it's running a Snapdragon 615 and an Adreno 405. Again, these aren't the highest specs, but this phone does perform really well. There's the very occasional stutter here and there, but for the most part it handles everything you throw at it, and the software it's running is good too. It's basically stock Android Lollipop with just a few tweaks here and there, but the tweaks they made are pretty cool, I think. The icons are changed and there's some settings like gestures, but some cool things I like are the folder animations that kind of fold out on you, and you can also hold the phone in either direction, whether up or down, because of the front-facing speakers, so if you pull it out of your pocket and need to answer a call, you can do it in either orientation, and I think that's a nice touch. The battery life is much like every other phone, it lasts about a day, but the standby is also very good, and it outlasted many of the other Android devices I've had. I would put it in a bag, take it out a few days later, and it would still have charge and I could still use it. So overall, the Idol 3 is a great package. It has everything you need in a phone, and it works really well. For $250, I really think you can't go wrong with this. And like I said, the phone really impressed me. If you want to pick one up for yourself, be sure to check out the description. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see when new videos are up. Like I said, my name is Matt, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.